I know you think you the one, homie. But can't nobody escape gravity. It's going down. It's going down.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Gravitational Pull, or this cast. Hope you guys are doing well today. We have a good one. Hope you guys are ready for it. Turn down that volume. Hope you guys are doing well today. Today we do have another great one from the European region. It is going to be Psionic Aftermath versus Coop Era Gaming Team C. So, looking to be pretty good. Already got the players put together and they are getting ready for the first match. Today I am joined by the one, the only, once again, it is Xenodactyl. How you doing, man?
Hey! Yeah, I'm doing well. Just, here to see some good games, see Volt do things. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We have some players. It's kind of their last two Raw as a Psionic Aftermath, going to, I guess greater things, and trying to continue on to that career. So definitely happy. Hopefully, getting some wins from that, but should be pretty good. Make sure we're good to go. This is once again the ATL, the Alpha Team League, and lots of good stuff on the line. Hugs and congratulations and all of that good stuff. I believe, does this help solidify Psionic Aftermath into the playoffs if they win this, or is that still far away?
Psionic Aftermath actually has two teams. One of our teams is already solidified in, and then this one has, a really difficult path to get there, so they need a lot of 3-0s or 3-1s in order to get in.
Definitely. Should be pretty good. Well, looks like things are getting put into, so let's see who will win and what happens. Alright. Oh, so good. Alrighty guys, let's get into it here. In the bottom left-hand corner, in the red, representing Psionic Aftermath, he is the one, the only, it is Faith.
And in the top right, as the blue Protoss, it is Be Addicted. Addicted to StarCraft?
Yeah, be addicted to chocolate bars. You could be addicted to a lot of things. We will see exactly what he is addicted to. Will it be a Stalker combination? Will it be Tempest? What will we see from this Protoss? Now, being a PvP, we do a lot of times see either players go early Adepts or Stalkers.
Actually, I think I know what Faith is going to do here.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Scratch that. He's just late.
Yeah, sometimes, kind of dealing on the other side, scouting around. Taking a little bit of time, but it's trying to harass, trying to do what he can, seeing that the Cybernetics core is there, as well as the double gas coming out from being addicted. And looks like Faith kind of doing the same, but definitely, like you said, a little late on his stuff. So Be Addicted will have a little bit of an advantage, but in the end it probably won't matter too much. I like the pylon placement there though, with the, make sure you just can't walk around the side there. Alright, so going in this, Faith still kind of sitting there, sees exactly what's going on, and it looks like we are going to have a Stalker and a Sentry coming out on both sides. And going to have an expansion coming out from Faith. Now, I do like this. Going to be able to get, a little bit more economy, I guess, in a sense, going. Actually, even with the little pylon block there, I like that. Making sure
both sides doing it to each other.
There we go. So, going to have both those players out. And, Okay. I was thinking he was going to expand behind this, but it looks like he's actually going to delay that a little bit. Choosing to go Stargate is Be Addicted, so looking to get, some Oracles, maybe some Phoenix, and finally there is the expansion coming out from Faith, so both players are expanding, so...
Okay, this is... I think Faith is actually going to go for like a Sentry Immortal type. I mean, we already see the sentries, and he's just thrown down that robo, so I think, like, he's been working on, gosh, who does this? Like, a stats type sentry expand.
Uh-huh.
But,
Yeah,
I
it's...
don't know how I feel about it on this map, because of, like, it's really hard to break 2 base Protoss.
Mhm.
So there's a timing, there's actually 2 different timings. One of them that hits in like a minute from now, which I don't think he's gonna, because he got his robo after his Nexus, he's not gonna hit that one. But the other one hits around 6 or 7 minutes, and like, it's really hard. That one's supposed to shut down the third, but because there's a single point of attack, I don't see how he's going to get that done on this map.
Right. And yeah, it's crazy because Be Addicted to go for a Stargate, so he is going to go for that more air tech. Now, the Sentries and the Stalkers will be able to kind of handle with that. And with the Immortals coming out, I mean, he definitely has an opportunity here, Faith does, to just, kind of, I guess, roll over his opponent. Well, not necessarily roll over, but to be able to do some damage here, especially going into, like, Phoenixes.
If he gets a Forge, like, really soon, he can get, like, upgrade lead, and then when he goes for that attack, he'll also have the Immortal lead. So between the two of them, that should be pretty good for him, provided he doesn't take too much damage from these Phoenixes.
Yeah, and the Phoenix is just kind of sitting back. One of them actually almost died there, but does not look like he's going to try to risk too much here. Got additional gateways on the way, and we have Glaive coming through, so getting some like really random upgrades here, it seems like.
Yeah, Resonating Glaives is not exactly the standard for this matchup, but I've certainly seen it work. Again, I question the decision for it on this map for kind of the same reasons. Being that singular point of attack, I think airplay is a lot stronger here. Or drop play, something that avoids this bottleneck.
Yeah, definitely. And, we have more... we had some more Phoenixes coming through, but it looks like Be Addicted's actually switching to like a robotics facility, getting some Immortals out, which is really interesting because now coming in with the Phoenixes, he's going to be able to get quite a few kills here. Actually gets 6 probes and can be able to get out without any damage really done except for like just shields. So Be Addicted doing a really good job coming in, trying to make sure that he has, a little bit of damage going through that, Faith just can't tech up, and we see that in the worker count. Faith down by 10 workers, and that could definitely get a little hairy. Not gonna be able to produce as much as Be Addicted will, but
supply is fairly even, but Be Addicted is like up 12 workers, so this attack coming out of Faith really has to do some heavy lifting. It has to at least cancel this third, or else he's going to be pretty far behind once the upgrade advantage kicks in for Be Addicted.
Alright, so seeing what his opponent has here, Faith gonna warp in a little bit more here, just trying to make sure he has enough. Phoenix has just barely missed that. Zepp's gonna shade through. With that Resonating Glaive's done, gonna be able to attack even faster now. Gonna get on top of...
That's a great set of force fields trapping that Immortal. And suddenly we have a fight that... Why is he backing off? He can take this. There's no more DPS in this army.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for that additional warp in, just trying to make sure he has enough here, but looks like he's going to get in here, get some damage done. 8 probes have gone down. The Phoenixes have returned home, but they're really not doing anything. They're just sitting there. They're not picking up any of this army, not trying to like help do too much till just now.
They need to shut down the warp prism and then left.
Yeah. And I mean, there's just not a whole lot here for Be Addicted to really deal with this. These Adepts just going ham right now. Trying to get Blink and trying to get +1 upgrades. Or +2, sorry. But that's not going to finish in time. There's just not a whole lot here. The Adepts are going to shade over here to the natural and start working on these probes. Start taking out these cannons. And there's just not enough here. GG's going to be calm. Faith going to take the first victory there.
That was a really, I want to say uncommon strat coming out of Faith, but I think Twilight in general can be really strong against any Stargate opener, provided you know what to do with whatever upgrade you're working with. Like,
there we go. Yeah, I definitely think. I don't know. It seems like. Oh my god, what's going on? Okay, there we go. It seems like Be Addicted was, trying to get the macro game going, trying to get, all of these units, I guess, and like trying to get the upgrades going. He did have the upgrade advantage, but he didn't have the supply. And so where Faith didn't have enough workers, he had it in his army. He was able, as soon as that the glaives just got done, was able to get in there and just do so much damage. And with only having 4 phoenixes, and for the longest time just sitting there not doing anything, it was definitely kind of crazy.
Yeah, I guess given the way that Adepts move, it's, I don't know. It was such a really wonky way, but like he just suddenly had so much army because he warped in and warped in again, and Be Addicted just wasn't really aware that this attack was coming until it showed up at his doorstep.
Yeah, and it's really interesting too because of the harassment he was doing with those phoenixes initially. Going in there, you would have thought he would have seen, the gateways, would have seen the robo, and would have thought maybe he was prepared.
What threw him off is that Faith put that pylon on the low ground as if he was going to take a third. So at a certain point, Faith kind of sold this story. Yeah, I'm gonna play a macro game with you. And then the Phoenixes left, and then he moved out.
Sorry, trying to get some of the volume stuff worked out. Apparently, it's weird because, like, to them, they said it's very low on you, but it's, like, blasting in my ears, so I'm trying to see what's going on. So I'll be just a second.
No problem.
Got it fixed there. Should be good.
Yeah. I guess if he was going to go for, like, Twilight Council, all-in of some sort, Adepts made more sense than charge slots for the map because their shade can get past the force field.
Yeah. And I think maybe early on, seeing what his opponent went with, he was kind of like, okay, I know what I need to do. He's going, into those sentries or whatever, maybe I can try to countering that. So.
Well, let's introduce our next two players here.
There we go. Oh, so good. Alrighty, guys. Here we'll do the left. In the red, representing a Koopa Era Gaming team. He is the Terran player known as Nighthawk.
And in the bottom right, as the Green Terran. Y'all love him for his drops. It is PsiX Volticus.
Alright, so TVT, having a lot of mirror matches tonight. Pretty well good. It's going to be interesting how these players play. Obviously, Volticus does love his drops. He loves to play, kind of that more aggressive style, play, doing multiple drops and different harassments. So, be interesting to see what he does in this. Will he go for like a Cyclone style play? Or will we see, Liberator harassment into some drops? Or it'll be really nice. This being a 4-player map, I definitely see them, being a little bit more macro-oriented, getting a quicker expansion. But they may, just do a one base too. It's possible, especially with Nighthawk scouting, pretty quickly where his opponent is. He might be in fear of something like that. So, but,
yeah, I think given the double gas coming out of Volticus, he's probably gonna go for like a couple Reapers and then a couple Cyclones and get some like frontal aggression done first, then pick up those Cyclones and harass with them while he continues to transition into whatever 2-base, 3-base pressure he wants.
Yeah, and Nighthawk, he's going to expand, and like you said, taking those gases early definitely suggests Volticus wants to get, kind of go up the tech tree pretty quickly. Already going to go for that 1-1-1, it looks like, and yep, Starport's going to come down, so going to get the Reaper, Cyclone. I imagine either getting a reactor or just a Marine, it looks like. Okay. And then probably a couple Cyclones into tanks from Volticus. Nighthawk gonna expand, like I said. He's got tanks coming through. He's got his barracks with the reactor being done. So both players doing very different things, it seems like.
2 Reapers beats 1. So this is already looking like Volticus is gonna get some damage done. There is a Marine and SCV pull, but the first Reaper falls for our Red Terran, and Volticus escapes unscathed.
Yeah, and this is really good because he's denied that mining time, so Nighthawk gonna be even further behind on this, just not taking his starport. And these Reapers gonna come back in here, gonna get on top of this Marine, keep that Marine count low. With this tank coming out, though, I imagine it's gonna pull him away, just make him stop. But with the mining time, taking out those earlier Marines, and with the SCV pull, he's doing a really
I'd like to
fantastic
see him
job.
hold position right under this SCV, or under the command center, and he does.
Yeah, and already we're gonna have a drop with double Cyclone on the way. And yeah, this base not going to be able to drop anytime soon till just now with the Marines, the tanks coming out. Going to force a little bit more distraction coming out.
He even saves those Reapers.
Oh, I know, just barely too. Just the control here with those Reapers is amazing. Just trying to keep a distraction at the front while he comes in with these Cyclones. Imagine he'll pull once more in, just kind of like say, hey, I'm over here, and then come in. But does not look like that's going to be the case. Going to come in here with this drop. Nothing really here to defend because those tanks have been moved. And even more kills going through for SCVs.
This tank is going to have to come back in. Now the Reapers can go hit the natural as the Cyclones pull back out. Okay, he's not going to bother. But
and at the same time, we do have a Liberator coming through. There's really not a terrible amount of anti-air. I mean, we do have a handful of Marines and a Viking that can take care of this. But with Volticus doing his multiple drops here, he's going to be able to come in. He's going to be able to start, putting on that pressure and, just continue. Oh, does a drop in the back. Actually going to lose both of his, well, at least one of them. Does get the SCV pool as well, so he is not mining at all, is Nighthawk. And with the Liberator on the other side, really just delaying that mining time, getting those juicy kills. And right now, Volticus in a phenomenal position. His expansion just now getting up, but with all this mining time lost, he's doing a fantastic job here. Volticus trying to find what damage he can, but looks like that Liberator will be taken out here. And now Nighthawk in a really tough position. He's got to think to himself, I've got to get something done here. He's attacking me from multiple angles. I need to stop these drops. I need to, get some units up and actually be able to do something here. Maybe get an additional expansion and try to get some more production going. But he doesn't even have, this initial expansion up and going because it keeps going, bad. So behind this we do have more barracks and just marine tank, and I think like medevac coming out here from Volticus, just really trying to put pressure on everywhere. And those Reapers are still alive. 6:39 into the game, Reaper's still alive. Reaper is OP unit confirmed.
Well, they got nerfed twice, so
Yeah, they're late game units now, guys. I don't know if you guys read the patch notes, but Reapers are now in game for Terran. Have these drops come in, and Volticus scanning around, just trying to make sure, where's this army at? Where can I drop at? And that's something he does really well, is just sit there, attack from multiple angles, but he just finds these little nicks to like get in, these little like spots he can. Having the Vikings around, just trying to make sure he can get in here, and more drops coming on the way. Nighthawk doing an okay job with his units as far as getting his production going, even though he keeps taking those losses. His upgrades are doing all right, and he has stem on the way, so eventually he will be okay, but he's got to protect against these drops. Already seeing these turrets down. Not going to be enough here. Going to see some drops coming. Tank's in position though, so this should be able to get shut down here. Some Marines though are getting on top of that tank. Going to take that out, forcing some Marines across, and this is getting.
And I think those missile turrets and siege tank was a little bit of like a false sense of security, because Bolt will just drop through that, and like he picks off the tank and forces the lift here. He's really gotten the value he needs out of this drop.
Yeah, 14 SCVs went down with that. Now, he tried to come into them.
Tank.
Oh, man. He did get, the medevac down here on the natural, trying to come in with a multiple drop. And Nighthawk trying to do some damage of his own, but with the tanks, with the Marines, they're not going to be able to really do too much. And, Nighthawk is in trouble. Finally going to be able to put his command center back, but already a third being taken here from Volticus, and these medevacs just sitting here, and already Volticus is sitting here. He's ready for Nighthawk. He knows where those are at, and he is ready.
He's even going to send a pack of Marines to try and catch them.
Oh
my.
Oh man, he's gonna get one medevac full of units, a second one as well, and that is huge. There's just not enough here right now for Nighthawk to really have anything. He's gonna scan. Volticus is gonna see, tanks and a couple of Marines and that Viking, and those Reapers are still alive. One of them just not taken out. So crazy.
This is like. Like
I feel like
you're half the supply of your opponent. You're down a base. You probably don't have an upgrade lead. Like,
yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm watching one of my replays here. Like, I'm the Red Terran player, and I'm just getting picked apart here in TVT because it's just like my worst matchup. Nighthawk gonna drop his Viking down, take out that Reaper, and finally kill that off there 10 minutes into the game. And it looks like we're going to start having a push here. A couple Marines going to stem forward, just kind of see where everything's at. Sees that there are a bunch of tanks, so I imagine... Oh, Volticus got to be careful with this. Just can't lose those units all willy-nilly like. And now we're going to start seeing this kind of like squeezing happen from Volticus. He's going to start moving those units up. And actually, I don't know what I'm talking about, but apparently he's just going to drop in. He's like, you know what? Live hard or die hard, whatever you want to call it. Looks like he's going to try.
It is Volticus we're watching.
Yeah. Tank's going to drop in, going to get on top of all this, going to siege up here with the Marines coming in as well. Going to clear up all of those tanks, and there's just nothing here right now. Going to get on top of this last tank here, and that's going to be it. I mean, we do have that Viking just sitting back like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to get in there. And GG will be called in. Volticus going to take the victory for Psionic Aftermath in a spectacular fashion. So GG. Oh man, GG.
I'm catching up on the chat to see if anyone said anything.
I haven't seen nothing. They've just said
particular.
A long time ago that you were soft, but I fixed that, I think. And PsiX Daunted with the Twitch Prime sub, subscribe for 11 months in the row, saying woo, get hyped. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. That's greatly appreciated. And that reminds me, if you guys have Twitch Prime, you have not connected, or you have Amazon Prime, you haven't connected it to your Twitch account, and you haven't yet, you need to do that. You get a free subscription to a streamer of your choice, and if you would like to, you can subscribe to Psionic Aftermath and see all the great content that they have, as well as check out their YouTube. They're always posting some good videos on there, and you know, get contacted with them on Twitter. And if you haven't, make sure you hit follow, because I mean, if you're gonna subscribe, you might as well follow, right? So I mean, get in there, get followed, so you can see when I go
Order
live.
of operations.
Yeah. I know some people don't know the order of operations. They think subscribe and then follow and then, you know, get on the channel. But you actually want to get on the channel, you want to follow, and then you want to subscribe, and just continue to support this team. They do really great stuff, and they give me the opportunity to cast and see you guys. So hope you guys love it, and looks like we're gonna get into the next one here. So should be pretty good.
Redshift.
I see. I like the layout of this map. I just don't like the spawning positions of this map.
What?
I like the like aesthetic of it. I like the like red and the like black hues with the white, and I think it looks really cool. But I just don't. I don't like the up and down of it.
Oh, okay, I see.
All right, let's get into this, guys. Let's see. Okay. Right, so in the top left, in the orange, representing Psionic Aftermath, it is Landfear.
And in the bottom left, as the blue Zerg, it is Klitzepetal.
Klitzepetal. That's an awesome name. I feel like there's a joke there, but I just can't. I can't pull it out of my mouth yet. I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so
I know what you mean though. Yeah.
I feel like I can say a joke, but I just can't think of what the joke is. It's like.
I wonder if it's like.
It
would be more like obvious if I knew some other language. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like why'd the chicken cross the road? You know there's a joke there, but you just don't know which way they're gonna take it. Like,
yes,
he went to the market, or something. But getting in
something really like straightforward, like to get to the other side, or something really out there, like he's being chased by who knows what.
But yeah, like it's like a reach. Like he crossed the road because there was a sale on chickens and he needed a girlfriend or something, and it's like it's like deep meta stuff, and you're just trying to figure out what's going on. But looking into this, it does look like pretty standard from both sides so far. Both sides taking expansions and really just trying to see what's going on. They have the Reaper coming through. He's gonna come. He's gonna check, see what kind of eggs are in the market today, and see that they're serving up lings, and it's gonna come out. So third actually gonna be taken as well for Klitzepetal.
So I think one thing about this map is Lanfear, as his third or fourth, can take this gold expansion with relative ease because he will have tanks that will help him secure this location, whereas it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Klitzepetal to take the gold in that those same tanks can just siege from the back end of the mineral line.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be a clear answer to that.
Yeah, that's one of those like risk rewards kind of things that happen on this map. Is if you can get in there, you can get the gold. Obviously, you're gonna get the extra minerals. After that mine's out, I mean, you can technically I guess seal it off if you're Terran. So sometimes we see if a Zerg player does take that gold base, that they actually
this is actually really good for Klitzepetal. He's gonna see that third being built.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows that there's the possibility of Terran taking that third taking the gold as his third. So
Right.
he can start to formulate whatever response he wants.
Right, and I mean, he has an Overlord on that third base location on the gold, so if he does decide to take that, he can, put down some creep before it lands, or he can, start saying, okay, maybe I can start putting some lurkers or something over there if he goes with that kind of style. So it'd be nice to see, but again, it's kind of like that risk and reward. If he takes that third base as the gold, as Terran, yeah, you can do your siege tanks. As Zerg, a lot of times if they do that, we see them go with spine crawlers or something to just try to push things back. And so it doesn't look like Klitzepetal himself will take the gold at this time. but he has the availability to kind of block on Landfear if he so desires. Lots of Hellions getting in here, getting some good damage. Actually, about 10 SCV or 10 drones gonna go down here, and gonna get out with most of those alive still. Very nice kind of harassment there, and gonna go home with those. I imagine he might try to heal those up and then go for another attack. But right now, with that third from Landfear, still staying there. Hasn't really moved just yet. Just trying to get that natural up and going. We got the queen over here. She was like spazzing out. She just took some medicine or something, or she's like shooting up in the corner here, and she just like started having a seizure. Just not even paying attention. She's a bad queen. Like they're trying to impeach her, but unfortunately, the hive mind doesn't work that way. They're like a communist, kind of like, you got to do what we tell you to do. So
more drones going down, but this will at least get cleaned up. So
yeah, 10 more drones do go down, and it does finally get cleaned up. So that helps a little bit, but still in the same.
Gives him some breathing space. Gives map control back to the Zerg.
Yeah, it definitely does, and as the Terran player, you want to keep those drone counts low. That's going to force the Zerg to really, focus. Do I want to make more units, or do I need more, like, workers? Looks like he is going to come in here, though, with these Lings, and there's really... Oh, there's a tank, okay. Going to get a good couple of shots off it.
But it can't reach all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So Landfear is just a little bit out of position. He will hold eventually, but, like... he did not need to lose 9 SCVs had his army been in position.
Yeah. And now we have the Queen walks, the ones that were shooting up earlier. They're just like, you know what? I don't want to live no more. And they're going to start coming across here to their death. they're just tired. Their union does not pay well. And they're just like, you know what? I've had enough. I am done. And it looks like
Landfear actually took this... low ground third. It's safer, I guess. The mineral line is certainly safer.
Yeah.
But it's also towards his opponent, so perhaps he wants to kind of parade push from this location.
It's definitely possible. We could see that kind of parade push, but also as you expand out,
actually,
you're not going to be so trapped in. It's going to get a drop here on the third, and going to come in with this macro hatch coming up. And gonna get even more drone kills here. It's gotta be careful of those medevacs, not gonna lose it to the spore crawlers, and getting in a pretty good position here. We do have some Bailings coming in. Gonna try to get some good connects, but he's gonna, only lose a couple of Marines there, and 10 more SCV goes down.
Got a good number of Lings in that trade, so.
Yeah, he's gonna try to get here on the natural as well. We'll eventually lose these, but a fairly okay job actually. Those queens deciding to come back. They've had rehab. They're like, you know what? I want to live. So they come back, coming home, try to help defend for the good cause.
This is actually kind of a really standard game in spite of being on such a weird map. Like, both of them have just decided, we're just not going to deal with the gold.
Yeah, and that's really interesting. Usually you have at least one person trying to take the gold. Gonna have some more Bailings morphed in here, and with Bailing speed done, it's gonna make it a little interesting, but with all these tanks, he should be pretty good. A couple of good Bailing hits, but there's just so much army here from the Terran player that, he's not gonna be able to do too much against that. And now we're gonna probably start seeing this little push coming out from a Landfear, or maybe he'll just stay at home. Feeling like, he doesn't want to overextend his welcome. We do have a fourth base for Klitz Battle, so he should be able to, kind of drone up a little bit more, but he is actually choosing to go, Lings. Going with this Ling Bailing style, which, it does have its merits, but I almost feel like he should tech up into something else. It looks like he is going to go possibly into like Brood Lords or something, or Ultra.
This is, I was about to say, this is Landfear's timing, because at this point Klitz is only dealing with Bane. So, well, actually,
Oh,
that
wow.
may be enough. Those are some really good connections.
Oh yeah, that was a nice surround there. I mean, some of this army still is alive. More lings are on the way, and you know, these Marines gonna stem in with this tank still being alive. That's pretty good. Um, but is that gonna be enough here? Gonna pick up here. I like that the Viking actually goes into the medevac, even though he's a flying unit. He's just lazy. And this will eventually get kind of cleaned up here, and it wasn't as bad as what it could have been there. Definitely some really good bailing hits and nice around to where they could
Yeah,
not go
I'm
out.
expecting that Ultralisk Cavern to be thrown down momentarily, and
Yeah, it
things are
just
going to get really scary as soon as those Ultralisks pop.
yeah, it just actually went down here. So he's getting that ready. Got the macro hatch ready, so he is ready for this. But there are so many lings right now. This might be enough here. He looks like the Terran might eventually clean this up, but he's getting in there. He's getting a good amount of damage done, killing off at least 20 plus ling or SCVs here, and this is looking really good.
Yeah, that was some really good damage for Klitzapel. He's really putting that advantage from, or army advantage to use, and as he gets, yeah, there's that Ultralisk Cavern. So
There we go.
I'd like to see something to deal with the Ultralisk, but I'm not so sure Lanfear is quite aware of that.
No, he hasn't scouted it at all. I mean, he's got to be imagining, okay, you're just putting your resources into lings and bailings, so you've got to be trying to save up for something. He is going to come in here and he is going to see that Ultralisk Cavern is here for the first time, so he's got to be ready for that. He's trying to do some multiple drops here, and the Zerg trying to, you know, stretch out what he can here to start taking this out. Bailing is going to be rolling across, and eventually this will get picked up here. As he starts dropping, this tank just laying siege to these lings, doing a nice good job trying to like pull these around and, you know, get what damage he can. Eventually this will get cleaned up, but, you know, just trying to keep that pressure on, trying to make sure that, you know, there isn't too much being done. The first Ultralisk is out, but this is the spot that Klepetzel is in. He doesn't really have the income to just like mass ultras, and because he keeps having to defend these like pressures, he's having to invest so much into like these lings and banes that hasn't been able to, like, you know, build too many Ultralisks, which is nice. But now he is going to be able to actually build 4 more Ultralisks and start, you know, really trying to put some pressure on.
Liberator count is starting to go up, so that is a kind of response, I suppose. Okay, we are seeing a second starport, so it looks like he wants to respond by like mass lib.
Yeah, I mean, definitely mass lib can be good against ultras. The problem is with all of these lings, it's going to be really hard to just sit there and like focus down sometimes. He is going to be able to clean up a good chunk of those lings, just leaving a couple of Ultralisks. Now, the thing going for Lanfear right now is that Klepetzel only has +1 carapace. So these Ultralisks aren't going to be as strong. If he can get some good Liberator hits, those things are going to go down pretty quick. But he's got to be careful because of, you know, all of these like lings, that he doesn't just get surrounded. But the thing that is really good is lings, banes, and ultras do not shoot up, so he's going to be able to get on here and, you know, shoot freely for the most part.
He still gets routed, and he doesn't have a whole lot back home. Suddenly, this is looking very scary for Lanfear.
Yes, this definitely is. He's going to have a couple more Liberators here, going to try to siege up, and he's got to deal with these lings. They're just going to start flooding in, taking advantage of these SCVs, these mineral lines. Already we see, you know, he's only down to 23 SCVs, while Lepetzel up to 74, so even though the initial pressure was there, you know, now Lanfear's playing from behind. He's got the upgrades.
His planetary is about to fall to this Ultralisk. The repair is not quite... Okay, He will
Also,
barely save it.
well, he's not even like still.
Actually,
He's not
still
healing
not
it.
repairing.
Yeah, he's not even healing it right now. He's so focused on trying to get like some units going, trying to do some harassment. He's actually pulling those across. He's gonna lose this planetary fortress. This is so bad. He does have this liberator doing some work
He
here.
wants to Okay. Hmm.
Wow.
Questionable decisions. Questionable.
I mean, it said no man left behind, not no building left behind, I guess. So.
This is true, and technically he can only mine off of one base.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have, like, he doesn't have enough SCVs to saturate all his.
Yeah. But
location.
the thing too is, even though he doesn't have enough to saturate it, having that additional command center helps you get those SCVs faster. So
Right.
the potential to rebuild faster was there, but it looks like he's just gonna try try to huff it here on 3 bases. Gonna have more links coming in here, a couple of tanks unsieged as well as those.
This is actually really clumped, and there are banelings in this.
Yeah, those liberators not even sieging up here. He's just trying to make sure he doesn't get hit by these banelings. Finally, the liberators will siege up here. But will it be enough here? These lings just doing so much damage, and looks like a good chunk of these ultras will eventually go down here. And he's going to defend this for the time being, but there are so many queens, so many ultras and lings over here. So, I mean, Landfield right now is in a very tough spot. He's got to play this so carefully. And as time goes on, Klapetzel is pushing himself further and further ahead. He's on a 5th base, and Landfear is losing minerals. His main is mined out. His natural's getting close to mined out, and this 3rd base is getting close to mined out as well. So he's gotta do something. He's gotta expand out, and he's got to put some pressure on or he just lets Klapetzel just like run away with this.
Yeah, and like given the situation at this point. It would be hard to hold that gold. Like, he just doesn't have the army supply, but yeah, I don't know where you go from here as Landfear.
I mean, he's doing okay, just trying to like siege up, trying to like start pushing. But the thing is he's going on creep. He doesn't have a whole lot. He's trying to create a diversion here at the front, going to cause those units to go across. And now we have corruptors out. That's really going to make these liberators really hard to, keep alive. He's going to drop here in the main, start trying to work on this, but Klapetzel is just like, I don't even care. I'm going to go into your base. I'm just going to destroy everything. And, there's just nothing here. Landfear trying to deal at home, and his units just sitting around, not doing too much. Liberators are sieged up, so they are going to try to get on top of some of this, but Landfear just trying to, macro himself silly, but just not able to really stand up to pressure. These Bailing's gonna get on top of all this, just kind of like...
He does get the hive, but he did not get the Ultralist then. So, like, the Zerg production, or teching ability is kind of stipend for the moment, but the tech is already out. So, this Ultralist Cavern is going to take forever to bleed out, and before then, I'm sure Klipsapel will find some way to get creep there.
Yeah. And, I mean, he's in a very dominant position. 64 unit workers to 3. And Landfear does not have the economy to rebuild his army.
This is going to burn down again.
What's going to build?
The orbital at the 3rd.
Oh, no.
Okay, he has a mule to repair.
Yeah, but the thing is he doesn't have minerals, so he's not able to repair it. So he repairs it just a little bit, but then it starts burning down. So he's just he's just in a very tough position right now. He has 1 mule to like saturate them all, and it just does not have the mineral capacity. Looks like he might finally kind of clean that up, but jeez. Craziness. Alright, so getting into this, I mean, Klapetzel is in a very dominant position. More lings, more bailings. 3-3, and I believe the carapace upgrade for the Ultralisks are done. possibly. And now we're going to get in here. He's just doing such a good job just limiting the income here. And that's what Zerg will do. They'll just start like multiplying and really make sure you don't lose or can't get too much done. And now Completzel
All
just...
that work into repairing this command center, and now the corruptors are here as it's flying away.
Yeah, and that's going to burn it once again. He's probably going to end up losing that. Only 2 SEVs are here, and he's trying to, you know, get around, trying to get some more minerals going, but Klepetzel with just such an advantage here is going to be able to spot those pretty quickly. Going to get on top of this army and surround it, and pick that up, actually, and these Corruptors going to take out these
The corruptor count is just too high. Like,
yeah.
his like, answer to the Ultralisk has been yanked out of the sky, and
Yeah.
he's gonna GG out.
Yeah, GG. And the Klepetzel going to take the victory there for Koopa. I always want to say Koopa, but it's Koopera Gaming. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I like this song.
I mean, I understand him staying in the game some more, with Liberators being such a good comeback unit for Terran, but it it was just such a difficult situation.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, he was in a tough position. The Liberators were helping, and because at the time he didn't have any Corruptors to worry about, he was able to, you know, put the pressure on and still, you know, be able to siege up and get some damage done without having to worry about that threat. But once those Corruptors came out, it made it extremely difficult. And he was trying to do drops, he was trying to get some stuff done, but he just wasn't able to really, you know, finish things out, so... So I mean, I understand, like, he was trying to, you know, push through and hopefully, you know, get some good place, but once a Zerg player gets up that high, it's very, very hard to come back from that. And he just kept taking bad engagements on creep.
Looks like Razor's gonna come out for PsiX, so we should see some fireworks next.
Definitely.
I'll explain my thoughts on that. That's where in.
Alright.
Wait, did we have a Nighthawk and then now Mr. Hawk?
Well, that's a Mihawk.
Or Mihawk.
So Nighthawk and Mihawk. Now we just need a U-Hawk.
Oh gosh.
And then a Feehawk.
Dayhawk.
A Dayhawk. And then a Phoenix Hawk.
All the hawks.
We just need the Hawk family.
How about a falcon?
No, falcons aren't hawks. No falcons allowed. So, looks like we should be getting into this pretty soon. I'm excited. Every time I like watch my stream and I have my lights like changing colors, I feel like I'm in like oh god, I just went blank. The oh my god, I failed. Forget me, guys. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's what it is.
I see.
Alright, let's get into this, guys, and let's see who will win. Alright. Alright, guys, in the bottom right, in the red, representing Psionic Aftermath, it is Reza.
And in the top left, as... Oh, that's a curious SUV poll. As the Blue Terran, it is Mihawk.
Well, Looks like Mihawk is gonna fly. Gonna pull 3 SUVs across. I imagine he's gonna try to do some like 3 barracks, like crazy push.
Yeah.
Gonna get missed here from Razor, and
So, okay, those 3 barracks are queued up, and what I was gonna say is that Razor's games, on average, are shorter than mine. Now,
how do you get shorter than a Cannon Rush Protoss?
Thank you.
That just does not make sense. Blizzard, please nerf. Roach Warren does come down, so he's gonna do like a Roach timing here. More probably into like some Ravengers. He's gonna send a couple of Lings across, and by the time they get there, will he be able to actually see this? I mean, he'll see that there is no expansion down, and potentially that there's no barracks.
Certainly we'll have army, because like that spawning pool was super early, and we see this Roach Warren, so like he wants to go into this like Ravager timing, and this 5 racks. Okay.
Oh, this is an old like Wings of Liberty build. We don't see it too often, just because with it being a little bit faster paced, sometimes like.
Okay, his alarm should be ringing now. He doesn't see anything at the natural, and his overlord should go like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Yeah,
these Lings are gonna poke up.
To see it. 3 SUVs. Okay, where's your barracks, mister? We should start seeing those Ravengers come across. Doesn't look like it's gonna phase them too much, but it's really kind of interesting. What is he gonna do behind this? Gonna come in with these.
I don't feel like Razor should be the aggressor right now. Like.
Yeah, it's really in this interesting position. Razor's gonna see these coming in here, gonna cancel automatically.
Now it dawns on him.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna come in. He's got more roaches on the way, so I mean he has a good number. And with the Ravengers,
you can't afford to lose that Overlord right now.
Oh, this is just really bad. He's gonna come back and these.
The fly block after losing the Ravager.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Gonna come in here. There's a lot of Marines here. These roaches might help out a little bit, but those Ravengers are so low in HP and just not very tanky. He needs to be putting maybe some Crosa piles or something, try to help with this, but it does not look like he is going to do that. These roaches might eventually be able to kind of help clear this out, but there's just so much damage being taken behind this. Now he's got to play like super defensive, and he's just not kind of got unsupply block, so he's able to make a couple more roaches. But him being on one base as well is very bad. He's not able to really produce. He's not able to get those, units going, and he doesn't have a queen, so he's not even able to like inject. So he can only make 3 units at a time compared to the 5 right now of Mihawk. Mihawk's gonna come in here. Gonna get on top of this next roach. Gonna pull the drones here. Gonna try to get a surround, but there's just so much units here from the Terran. With more
I don't
streaming
see him
in.
coming back from this. Like,
No.
even if he were to, no.
He does have 3 roaches. He's gonna try to do something with them, but GG will be called, and Mihawk will take the victory, and will tie it up now for Koopa Era Gaming Team C.
I mean, he got all the information in a sense. Like, he saw what was missing, but it hadn't quite dawned on him the extent of what he was facing. Like, I'm sure he knew that it was some sort of proxy, but, like, I don't think he realized, oh, I really need to defend.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if you're a Zerg player, you go in, you don't see an expansion, and you see 3 depots in their base, you automatically got to assume he is going to be playing aggressive. He's got a cheese going on somewhere, and you got to play defensive from then. Maybe expand, try to get some more units going. But the fact that he just kind of sat there, he didn't really do. He was trying to still be an attack, and then he decided, oh, I better come back and defend. Really pushed away. I think if he would have had all of his units there, he would have been a little bit better off. He would have been able to like at least lower those units and then maybe stop it. but the fact that he didn't do nothing until it was too late, it really hurt him.
I don't know. In some senses, I feel like had he gotten a queen or a spine crawler, something like more to stabilize and just kind of defend, then he can sit at the top of that ramp. And like with the Ravager Biles, how is Terran supposed to get up that narrow choke?
Right. Yeah, it just and then that was the thing too, is like he had no biles at all. Like if he would have threw some biles down and forced the Terran player back, I think it would have been a little bit better. It would have helped zone that out, gave him a little bit more time to get more units going. But the fact that he was just sitting there trying to micro him, trying to like stutter step with his Ravengers and not even use the biles,
I mean, part of the issue was that he just realized so late. So he's pulling back his army to defend, and he's using a composition that he wants to have together. Like he's not fit. He's not like on Ling Bane where you want this surround. He's dealing with low economy units, and so like it's a lot easier to micro them if you're fighting like from the same vantage point.
Right, so just waiting for the ace players from both sides to get into this last match. It's been a good one, been back and forth, and will Koopa Air Gaming be able to come back with the sweep all kill? Well, I guess it's not an all kill because it's not an all kill, but will they be able to pull the back and get a win, or will Psionic Aftermath be able to close this out and get the victory that they need to continue on? We will find out here in just a moment. So should be pretty good. Make sure, guys, if you haven't already, to hit the follow button. See whenever Psionic Aftermath goes live. As well as if you would like to, you can follow me at Gravity620. You can follow me. I do a lot of different casts and all of that if you guys want to. And also Xenodactyl. I don't know, Xeno, do you do a lot of streaming?
I do stream on occasion. It's not something I publicize a whole lot just because, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to see cannon rushes.
Yeah. If you guys are new to Protons and you want to see how to cannon rush and how to do it properly, make sure you hit the follow button there for Xenodactyl. He is the king of cheese and cannons, and he will show you how to do it. So
I think it gets a little bit boring after a while.
Oh man, there's never.
Oh, it's another cannon rush. Oh, it's another cannon rush. I mean, it's not quite that way because like I do try things other than cannon rushing.
Well, the thing is you are very good at cannon rushing, but most players, if a cannon rush fails, they're done. They can't recover from that. But for you, you are able to transition out of a cannon rush into other things, and so that makes it like really fun to watch. And like I've gotten to cast you, doing those cannon rushes and like doing different things, but that's one of the unique things that you do, is that you're able to cannon rush, keep your opponent at home or at bay, but also you're able to transition out of it and play a macro game out of it. And so it's something that you don't see a lot of Protoss is able to do, but you do it very well.
Thanks. So mine is PsiX _ Xenodactyl. Easy to remember.
Yeah.
Good. Let's see. Oh, are we gonna get another Volticus?
Oh boy. Volticus and Klitzapetzel.
Interesting. It's on Acid Plant, I think. I think this is good for Volt. Well,
It's very nice because you can essentially do some drops because the bases are so big. But I think the issue is because Volticus likes to open up with those double Reapers, because Reapers are in game. You're not gonna be able to
I
like
think that's
jump up
specific
and do
to-
stuff.
I think that's specific to TVT.
Yeah.
This being a TVT, I think he's gonna do like a 2-1-1 or something a little bit more TVZ-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe Hellions. I don't know if he ever does Hellions.
Well, if he doesn't, he should.
I have yet to see him do like a standard 1-1-1 Hellion opener. But who knows?
Alright, 1 second here. Make sure we got this in here properly. There we go. Update. Oh, okay, good. Alright guys, let's get into it and let's see who will take this in this last match. Alright. In the bottom right, in the red, representing Psionic Aftermath, he is the one, the only, it is Volticus.
And in the top left, as the Blue Zerg, it is Klitzepetal.
Alright.
Yes, the mouse is cheering.
It's like
The hamster is cheering.
The hamster is cheering. It's always a good day when you can have some good cheering hamsters cheering for your favorite team. Make sure, guys, if you haven't, put in the chat who you are rooting for. Are you with Psionic Aftermath or are you with Koopa Era Gaming? As they go into this last match here, Volticus coming in and just kind of scouting around already. We've seen a little bit of a misclick there from Klitzepetal, pulling a good amount of his drones for a split second, trying to get a wrap around there, but does not get it. And gonna have an expansion coming out from Volticus, coming just from that last match. You gotta be wondering what is gonna happen in this series. Additional barracks.
Looks like we are gonna get that 2-1-1. So he'll open up with Reaper, and then for that scouting information, and then we're gonna see the 2 medevac drop into something. There's a couple different ways you can go off of a 2-1-1, and I don't exactly remember where Volt likes to take it, other than drops.
Yeah, he's definitely very good at drops. If there was someone as good as cannon rushing as he is drops, that would be you. But he's going to come in here, and like you said, he's going to scout around. He's going to try to see what's going on. So far, pretty standard. We've seen, you know, Klipetzel likes to go for that lean bang ultra.
Is he going to get this drone? He does!
That's a good pickup there. And he's even going to get a lean here. Oh, maybe he won't. Come on, Volticus, you're slipping. Factory's going to come down, like you said. Yeah, we're going to get those 2-1-1s going, and really just going to start, you know, keep the pressure applied, but also get in there and, you know, try to see what he's doing. But knowing that Klitzepetal likes to go for the lean bang ultra, he might try to just say, okay, I need to keep him low. I can't let him get up to that tech, and just continue to put that pressure on. So Starport gonna come down now for Klitzepetal, and he's still just putting pressure on, trying to make, or Volticus put the Starport down, not Klitzepetal.
Vault Reapers don't die, do they?
No, they don't die till at least 10 minutes. They have a 10-minute no rush policy that you cannot kill them until at least 10 minutes. So.
Oh wow.
It's in their contract with Blizzard.
I see.
They even get their own special skins. He's gonna come in here. He's gonna deny this again and get another. Oh, get it, get it. Ah! He's gonna kill himself. Unfortunately, Klitzepetal Zerglings are no match for the Volticus. So, gonna get in here, and creep spread looking pretty good so far from Klitzepetal, and still just Lings coming off this. Roach Warren down, so it looks like he's gonna change this up, getting into some roaches.
I wonder if this is like he feels like his third is so late, he's not gonna have the Ling Bane count that he would have wanted, so he needs something to stop. I feel like Roach is an answer to Hellions, not 2-1-1.
Yeah, well, and a lot of Terrans, they do like to go for, you know, Reaper Hellion, and so maybe that was trying to be like a blind counter because he hasn't been able to see really what his opponent was doing until just now, seeing that pickup. And so, you know, interesting. He does have the Bailing Nest coming down now as well, so he will be able to go into like Roachling, like Bailing, but I don't think it's going to get done in time. He's going to come in here. Stim is done. He's going to stem forward. And
I don't see this third surviving. There's not a whole lot on the ground for the Zerg.
no, he does have the Ravager. Going to throw out a Corrosive Bile. Picks up, but I almost feel like he should have just stayed there and took out that
he
third.
didn't need to back out. I guess rather safe than sorry, but...
Yeah. Fourth does go down for Klitzapetal as well, but yeah, he could have kept trading. I guess maybe seeing that there was roaches there, thought maybe there was going to be a lot more. He's going to come in again with the stem. These units are pretty low. Going to be forced back here and pick up. Make sure, you know, he's getting damage done without losing too much. And
I guess, like, these medevacs is like, that's all he's using to defend. He has nothing at home. So if he loses those medevacs, then the counterattack potential from the Zerg is like terrifying. So I can understand him wanting to be very safe with his drop play, or prodding play.
yeah. I mean, and it's really good because he is kind of making the Zerg player like have to use more larva to, you know, deal with this. So he's not able to make drones or anything to, you know, continue his lead. And he's doing a pretty good job. Like I say, he's taking out a couple of units. He may lose a Marine or two here, but behind this, he's macroing up. He's got a third on the way. He's got more barracks as well. And his +1 is about done. So, I mean, he's looking in a very good position. And
he has a Liberator swinging around from the other side, so that's going to look for some drone kills, distract the Zerg a little bit while his medevacs poke back in yet again.
Yeah, and that's really going to force the Zerg player to kind of like, where do I need to go? Now, we do have a Spore Crawler in the main here, and he is automatically going to start moving it. Going to come across as well. But will this give Volticus the opportunity to actually come in here into third? And I think so. You know, really distracting from this. Going to get the Queen and should be able to get this third. Oh!
He's still not targeting it.
Yeah. He was for a little bit, but
okay.
Eventually that will go down there, and the Spore Crawler going to be a little hazy. Tanks are coming out as well, so fairly good job so far. Lots of Marauders, though, coming out from Volticus. Going to come across and use those Marauders to, you know, really start taking out the Bailings and all that, and then as well as with the tanks, can be able to start sieging up and start splashing on those roaches and the Ravengers. So overall, looking pretty good.
Yeah, 2 more medevacs are going to swing around from the left-hand side, and that's going to allow Volt to set up this 2-pronged aggression. So Zerg is going to be really split between defending the 4th and the 3rd.
Oh, a little bit of misclick maybe? Oh no, okay. He's coming in, he's really just trying to distract. Gonna come into the main and really force this out. These Marines, though, coming out from Volticus in the bottom, trying to do some damage, but yeah, it's really forcing him around. These Lings are going to get a surround here on those Marines, but Volticus doing a really good job here. Going to come in here, the Queen getting on top of a good chunk of this, and that will get eventually cleaned out here on the 4th.
And a lot of credit to Klitzapetal for being in all the right places. Like, he's taking damage, but he's not taking nearly as much damage as he could be.
Yeah, and I mean, he's floating a lot of minerals. He's got 2k minerals because he is using just so many low amounts of for Lings and for Bailings that he's not really having to, you know, invest too much, and that's going to help him out in the late game when he does eventually get into that like ultra attack, or if he decides to, you know, with corruptors or broodlords or something, gonna force the pull here with the
This is actually
SCV.
really scary for a moment. There's both tanks have been cleaned out, and all Bolt has is his bio. Fortunately, he's getting on top of this army with that SCV pull. And okay, he does have 2 tanks back at the natural, so he should be able to stabilize. He just needs to get things in the right position and not die.
He's doing a really good job too of keeping his units alive. At least his like SCVs right now, he's still ahead in SCV count, and he's doing a good job of, you know, just losing army basically. So he's still gonna be able to replenish this and be able to, you know, do to as much as he wants. 21 Bailings are on the way though, so he's got to be careful with this. And with Bailing speed done, he's got to make sure that he doesn't just run into these, you know. And he's got to be careful. The splits are okay coming out from Volticus, but there's just so much Zerg here that he's not going to be able to do too much. He's got units streaming forward, but he really needs to kind of make sure he can get kind of taken care of here. He's going to force back. Should be able to get a pickup, but... And with the 4th base coming down for Volticus, looking okay. But definitely right now, Klitzpedal has an opportunity. Tanks are going to unsiege, so if he can get on top of this, he might be in an okay position. Going to get on here on the 3rd. Oversaturated so much right now. Not able to do too much.
Oh, there's a nice choke that he found for his bio, and the Lings are going to run away without getting too many kills, if any.
Yeah, there wasn't any kills there. Maybe 1. I mean, this whole time, only 5 SCVs have been lost. 213 Lings have died. A good fight. So that is a whole lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of cost efficiency coming out of the Terran.
Yeah, doing a really good job there. So, gonna come in here and start taking down this rock. Definitely can help get him some good choke points, and with Liberators out, he's going to be able to siege up. Not a whole lot of units to shoot up right now. And we have +2 coming out from Klitzpedal, with +2 already being done from Volticus. I like this with the Liberators, just trying to siege up, start trying to make sure he can get what he needs to start choking out this 4th base here. There are a good amount of Lings and 18 Bailings. So he could potentially get on top of this and, you know, shut it down, but he's got to play it carefully. He can't just.
It's going to be really hard for him to find a good angle because, like, he can't flank without going through the reinforcement path for Volticus. So he's trying to get us around, but he's going to tap out.
Yeah, it's GG. And yeah, there's so much. I mean, he got a couple of tanks, like he said, but just unfortunately was not able to get the damage that he needed to really shut down that tank count. And with those Liberators there, he wasn't going to be able to get too much done. So that was a very good job. And I believe we have our winner. That is going to be Psionic Aftermath. So GG. Very well done. Hope you guys enjoyed today's broadcast, and if you did, make sure, like I said, hit that follow button, see whenever they go live. Make sure you see all the good StarCraft action. But if not, we will see you guys next time. Remember, when gravity hits, it all comes down. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a good one, and we will see you next time. Bye. Yeah.